Welcome to the Haggin Museum. Today we are going to use Q-tips to create a landscape painting. We're going to use the Q-tips to create a pointillist style painting, and that is to use dots of paint in order to create a larger picture. And landscapes are any painting that feature nature as the subject. So it can be trees or mountains or fields, really whatever you'd like. So you can see here we have some examples of a few different styles of finished product using the pointillist Q-tip style to create a larger painting. But today we're going to be doing this. And so if you follow along with us, you're going to be able to have a finished product that looks something like this. So the first thing you're going to want is a plain piece of paper. I recommend using a thick piece of paper. This is a cardstock, but you could also use a construction paper or anything you have on hand that's a little thicker than printer paper. You're also going to want to use Q-tips or cotton swabs, whichever you have on hand. I recommend using a paper plate for easy cleanup to hold all of your paint. Now I am using multiple colors of green and a little bit of yellow to create this final product here. If you take some time and go outside and really look at a tree, you'll see trees actually have a lot of different colors of greens and a little bit of yellow in them throughout the year. But you could also use oranges and reds to create a fall tree, or use rainbow paint and create a rainbow tree. It's really up to you. So the first step is to create the trunk of the tree. Now, using your plain piece of paper, and I'm going to use a permanent marker, but you can use any kind of marker or even paint if you have that. So the first step is to create the trunk of the tree. Now, you can really make this any style of tree that you'd like. You can really personalize it however. The key is to, once you have an outline of the tree, to thicken the branches and color in the trunk so that you have something that looks a little like this. And the next step is going to be using the paint. Once you have all of the paints that you'd like to use on your plate, or multiple plates if you decide to use many colors, you can then use your Q-tip, and remember you want one Q-tip per color paint, so you don't want to mix your paints together. So you can dip it into the paint so it just has a little bit on it, and just start dabbing it on. So anywhere you'd like. It really doesn't make a huge difference at this point. And then once you're ready for another color, put another color on a fresh Q-tip and just keep going and keep going, mixing all of the colors, taking turns for all the colors you want to use and include on your tree. Really, you can do this so your tree is as full or as sparse as you'd like. If you do a winter tree, you will have fewer leaves on it. You might even have some snow if you'd like to do that. So this just keeps going, rotating between all of the colors you want to use until your tree is as full as you'd like it to be. Now, if your Q-tip becomes very flat and it stops holding any paint, you can either flip it over or just grab a new one. I am just continuing on because I feel like this tree is a little bit sparse still. Maybe it's early spring for this tree. Eventually, if I keep going, it will turn out like this, and it will have a full foliage tree for spring or summer. And you can take that method and expand on it. So this painting here includes some drawing, it includes some painting with a paintbrush, as well as the Q-tip pointillist method. This painting here used the pointillist Q-tip method to create the entire scene. So really anything you want to do using this will work. You can do an entire painting or you can just do a part of a painting. It's up to you to be as creative as you'd like to be using this. And remember to give yourself time to get from this to this. Please join us next time when we do another craft video.